drop everything you're doing right now, because we potentially have the winner of the Golden Boot for season 17, and we're only 4 episodes in, baby. Let's get to it.
It's tit or quit, the road to the Golden Boots.
Welcome back to another episode of Tit or Quit, the road to the Golden Boot. Honey, we all saw this week's episode and we all are very aware that the Golden Boot is most likely going to our quilted queen, the Slasian diva of Los Angeles, honey. Yes, it's so juicy. Let's jump right into this episode. But first, housekeeping! Some housekeeping for your nerves, baby. How's it going? Listen, I have a podcast called the Homegirl Hotline Podcast, where I take your calls, your voicemails, and I give you advice. I share from my experience of life. It's something a little more like, you know, real and grounded, as opposed to like Drag Race hoopla that you guys love and I know are screaming for most of the time. But I wanted to make something that was just like a little more, you know, conversational, like real and rooted in some like self-realization healing. And like, but I know there's people who are watching and really are like having a good time with me and feeling uplifted and inspired, because that's what I wanted to do with the podcast.
Yeah, my man, we'll be alright.
I'm having a live version of my podcast on February 12th at the Velvet Martini Lounge in North Hollywood. So if you're in Los Angeles area, get your ticket in the link description below and come see these titties live and in person. I'll be doing some songs. I might be singing live, performing lip sync performances, and then answering your advice there live and in person for the podcast, the special podcast live episode. So come through, get your ticket, support these titties. Thank you so much. Now let's get on with the episode. Baby, this week's episode was so much fun. You know, I think there was a lot of like controversy with this category and like what it meant to be quilted or not quilted, or what is quilting. So let's look up the definition of quilted.
Category is quilted for your pleasure.
Quilted for your pleasure. Let's see what quilted means, because, you know, we think knitting, we think a blanket, we think comforter, we think grandma. Quilted, knits, blankets, scarves. Quilted, I think of like the AIDS quilts, right? Do you guys know about the AIDS quilts? A lot of y'all children don't know about AIDS anymore. Y'all know the whole reason we get to be here. Like, hello, they tried to kill us, bitch. Conspiracy theory, realness. Like, a lot of people died. A lot of homosexuals, queer people died of AIDS. And they made these quilts in honor of everyone we lost. Go do your history, bitch. I want to do a podcast where I take older gays and we talk about what it was like and what they're noticing with this new generation and what they wish this new generation could know and like remember from their time, because without them we wouldn't be here. Anyways, I can go on forever about that. I think in a past life I died of AIDS. Like, I really do think I did. And it makes so much sense why I do what I do now, you know, like living what I couldn't live before, because when I had passed away. So that, I really feel like that's part of my backstory. I don't know. Is this weird? I don't know. Anyways, go do your research, bitch. Be grateful for the life you have, because not everyone got to have one. You know, that's what I see. That's how I live every day. Anyways, that's what I think. That's where my head goes. So I don't know if I would have done something like AIDS quilt related, or I don't know. Let me see what quilted means though. Quilted, of a garment bed covering made of 2 layers of cloth filled with padding held in place by lines of stitching. So it's kind of like puffer, right? Like two pieces of fabric with the stuffing puffer material polyfill inside, and then it's quilted on top of to cinch it in a design or a pattern. So that's quilting. It's really hard to see that from the runway. I will say, like I've always said, the judges sit very far away. It's hard to see details. But let's jump into the top tit of the week. No more lollygagging. Also, thank you guys for last week's episode. Y'all were so kind to me as far as like me dealing with my fires, and then like me and my audio messed up. And a lot of y'all were trying to comfort me and like, why is there footage of you speaking very clearly in drag? Okay, bitch. You wanna know why? Because my camera every 10 minutes would like catch my audio as it like reset its like, I don't know, its frame or something. It would catch my audio for like 10 seconds. So I had like 10-second bits every now and then in my video from last week. So that's why there's some in drag and some not. Bitch, you're lucky I got in drag for this today, bitch. Okay, be grateful, ho. Anyways, also someone said, I love when a forgotten bitch is doing reviews on Drag Race. Who's forgotten, bitch? Cause you commenting on my video, ho. Like, y'all, I really have haters out here. They're hating in these streets, and I live. Because you know what I say too? I was talking to some of the 17 girls. I was speaking to some girls who are having a lot of, you know, they're getting a lot of backlash for no reason and like a lot of hate just because. POC queens, hello. And I was telling them, like, you know, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, whichever side you're on, pick one. They both have haters. Beyonce has haters. Like, Beyonce has haters, people who want to hate her just because they want to hate. Like, why would you ever want to hate Beyonce? Like, people who say Beyonce's overrated, like, y'all are just wanting to nitpick at some, just to be a hater. Like, it's so weird to me. But like, as Drag Race Rue girls, we deal with the same thing. So to the person who's commenting on my review channel, hi, thanks for the engagement, bitch. Anyways, let's move on to the top 10 of the week. Yes, bitch. Okay, this diva hit me up in the DMs and said, who the hell voted 2% quit? I was like, I don't know, girl, but guess what? I agree this should be a top tit 100% because Crystal Envy came out here with a 98% tit and a 2% quit. Whoever decided to quit this bitch, you are unwell, you're delusional, and you need to be mentally checked because this outfit was premier excellence, all-star realness, like ready to go. Baby, fashion runway down. The quilting is so, we can see the quilting. And then like also made me think like, what is the difference between quilted and puffer? Like it's very similar, right? Like I think puffer is a sort of version of quilted. Am I wrong? I need a fashion person or a design school student to tell me if that's wrong or not. I was like, it's giving low-key puffer. So when she came out in this look, bitch, we could see the quilting very clearly. That coat was just so gorgeous, bitch. Like the big collar coming down to the center, her hair, it's like the red and the gold together really stood out too. And then baby, when she opened it, at first I was like, oh, this is just like a drag queen performance, like body leotard. No. She had quilted like rodillas, like knee pads, bitch. I was like, oh, the quilted is actually designed into this bodysuit too, bitch. She went all out and I think this was top tit, no notes. I want to wear this. I want this outfit for myself. Delicious, gorgeous, and I want to be Crystal Envy. I envy her forever. Moving on, we have Lexi Love with a 91% tit and a 9% quit. Now, Lexi came out and at first, like, I think everyone kind of agreed, like, how is this quilted? It doesn't look quilted, but I think because it's black and probably had black stitching for the quilt, it was just hard to see. But when the bitch said that every like stitch and quilt, like in the detail of the train was rhinestone and she walked back and all those black stones were sparkling, it's so hard to, I don't know if y'all know this, but like to use black stones, it's effective. I think in real life, you really see it shine, but it's hard to catch on camera sometimes. It could just be like a lot of thankless work. But this bitch, we have to admit, looked gorgeous. The way that the hat, ooh, and like the crop of it all, and then the arms with the big thing, and even the thigh highs, like baby, this look was delicious and sexy. And like, I think without the quilted aspect, without the jewelry, it could have just looked like an average Fashion Nova moment. But no. It was elevated with all the crystals, bitch. This big bucket hat. Like, she said she looked like a British guard or something. And I was like, yeah, you do, girl. It was really giving British guard and I was here for it. The bucket jokes. I was like, work. It's cool. Again, I love Lexi because she doesn't solely rely on body. Like, even though she's giving body here, she still has this like dramatic train. She has this dramatic hat. It's giving drag to me. So I love that Lexi be giving us drag. It's my favorite thing. Okay, moving on. We have Sam Star with a 90% tit and a 10% quit. Now Sam could have been a top tit. These three looks were like top tier for me, and when they came out, we were like, everyone in the viewing party was like, yup, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes. It was so well done. We've seen this look before. I think other girls on Drag Race have even done this look before. We've seen this definitely like a Moschino runway or something like that. It was just really well executed. Like the big zipper for the sleeping bag was fantastic. The big teddy bear, you know what would have sent this over the top for me? Like, of course it's perfect. It doesn't need any adjustments or edits. But if this was the RuPaul Build-A-Bear drag queen teddy bear, it would have just been like, chef's motherfucking kiss. You know what I mean? Like that would have been the last little like, damn, this bitch won this runway all the way through 1000%. Like it was really giving that for me. The wig was so flawless into the pillow, bitch. It was I have no notes. And then I didn't even realize till like my third time watching it that she said this was a sleeping bag. I was like, oh my God, it's a sleeping bag. And that zipper. Okay, work. It was fantastic to me. I have no notes. This is definitely not a quit, honey. Let's move on to the next girl. We have S Jules S Sparkles with the 88% tit and a 12% quit. Now, S Jules S Sparkles. Now this runway, let me see. I gotta watch the video because, so here's the thing, right? Like, I think with this runway category, because it's quilted, it's so up for interpretation that like, depending on the type of quilt you're using, it could really make or break the assignment being met to me. Like, because all of these looks were, I think, quote unquote quilted, but like there's some fabrics that have already been quilted and they're very obvious. Like Crystal's look was obviously quilted. You could really see the detail in the quilting. And then other looks like this where it looked like someone had a fabric, stuffed or may not have stuffed it, then quilted over it. It doesn't read as like quilting to us from the main stage, right? So I think that was kind of the trouble with this outfit a little bit, just I think in the body. I think the like collar and the shoulder pieces of her outfit were fantastic because also she looks great. Like this outfit is fucking sickening, bitch. Like I would want to wear this and perform like not 1 2 step. I would want to wear this and perform like, you know, Break Free by Ariana Grande. Like it gives drag queen performance look. It's sickening, it's gorgeous, it's polished, it's really well fitted. But the quilted aspect is where I think we kind of lost with Jules, but it's like it's not that big of a deal. But again, like I think it's hard for categories like this because you want to be original and make your own quilted fabric, but it doesn't really read quilted sometimes from the runway. But I think regardless, this is not getting a golden boot and she looks gorgeous. So let's move on to the next girl. We have Onya Last Nerve, honey. We have 81% tit and a 19% quit. Now, the fact that she took her like African quilts and then created like this little shawl thing, I will say the outfit, I mean, it's kind of nice. I like it. I think she looks really gorgeous. Like if I saw this at the club, I'd be like, oh, she looks fantastic. This gives very like a pageant. So I don't know about pageantry, but it gives like, oh, this is a pageant look. Like she looks, it's giving drag, it's giving culture, it's giving gorgeous, it's giving history, it's giving DNA, bitch. You know what I mean? So I really thought she looked fantastic. Is it as big as a standout like as some of the other looks like Crystal's or Sam's? Not necessarily, but I think we can all agree that it's gorgeous. It's not boot worthy by any means. And I said this at the viewing party. If anyone who quitted this is racist. And I didn't get the names for say their names this week. I didn't have a lot of time this week to gather that information. But trust me, there was no Drag Race girl who quitted this, and it's only 19% quits, you guys. I think she looked good. I think the proportion. I think I'm noticing what a lot of like I find that Korri King has this problem a lot. Like she wears a lot of small wigs that don't complement her proportions of her shoulders and her body. Like she looks like she has a tiny head sometimes on top of these giant shoulders. And like Onya with this wig is just, it fleshes out the look so much. And my eyes are having like a really great time like looking at all portions of her body. I'm fed, I'm eating, and she ate with this look, period. All right, let's move on. Suzie Estits. We have a 78% toot, 78% tit and a 22% quit. Now, I think we were all gagged at how gorgeous Miss Suzie looked. You know, I've been saying how much I love Suzie's like 20s makeup, and of course Michelle wants it to be changed. Other people are like, she's so ugly, I can't with that face. But I think her face is what's gonna make her stand out in the long run, like out in the world. Like even like I have a pretty face, but even I have fears that like, you know, I look like another drag queen. Like how does my face look like my face? I think my energy and my attitude really differentiate me and make me stand out, but without talking, I don't know, like Trixie's face is so obviously Trixie. Monet's face is so obviously Monet. I have that fear sometimes that I'm like, I just have a drag queen face, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I think my personality no one can match and like no one can touch that. So as long as I'm talking and I'm in your ear, bitch, I'll be booked, okay? Take away my makeup, take away my titties, but you can't take away my voice, Ursula. Unlike Lucky Stars where she tried to do a soft makeup glam look that wasn't necessarily her usual look, we saw that was not amazing, right? But with Suzie, it really proves her artistry and talent in the makeup realm, like how she can transform her face. Yeah, she gave Michelle what she wanted and she looks gorgeous, of course. But I really, like, I want her to just like combine the two of her 20s makeup and this makeup, and I think like, girl, be you, do you. Like honestly, I feel like that will pay off in the long run. But she looks gorgeous in the face. The outfit, honey. I don't know how this was giving quilted. It looked like, different it was giving more like patchwork, right? Like like the different fabrics sewn together on top of each other, it was just a little like off to me. And like the dress was like fine. Like if she wore this on a red carpet, I'd be like, okay, work, she looks very glam and pretty. But for the quilted runway, standing next to Sam Star and Crystal Envy, honey, like it was just like, ooh, girl, I don't know about this. I do not know. It was not giving. Is this golden boot worthy? No, I don't think so. 22% quit, 78% say you got a C plus. All right, I think the face really saved you, but I think, you know, it's such a gamble on Drag Race when they're like, oh, we want to see versatility. We want to see versatility. It's like, sometimes the versatility, if you're good at it, can really pay off. And like, also, Suzie did really great in the challenge. Like, I think she should have been in the top. Was she in the top? Did she win? I can't even remember. But no, I think Onya won, right? Onya won. I thought her performance was fantastic. The rocker vibe that she gave us, versatility there. Like, hello, Suzie's so versatile. And I think shout out to my musical theater queens, because we know how to play any role, any character you throw at us, baby, we will step up to the plate and deliver. And she was like, okay, Michelle wants glam, drag queen face. Let me step up to the role and deliver. And she did. I think like portions like her makeup are giving more points and making up for the lack of the outfit. And for that reason, she gets, you know, she gets a little pass, which is fine. Because if we were looking at the outfit itself, and like if Suzie had her like 20s makeup with this outfit, you guys would have been like, oh, it's horrible, it's bad. But because her face was gorgeous, y'all were like, oh, it's cute. But the outfit was fine. It just wasn't quilted. So like in that sense, like, I don't know. Let's move on to the next girl. We have Hormona Lisa, 75% tit and a 25% quit. Now Hormona came out in this like pastel Easter bunny, Easter egg outfit. And like, I think the outfit was fine. Like if I saw this in the club, if she was performing this at brunch, I'd be like, oh, she looks fantastic. She looks really good. So like the outfit itself is not a boot. I think compared to the other girls, and because we like aren't like, I don't know, is she growing on us at this point? Because like 3 episodes ago, we wanted the bitch gone, and now we're like, forgot she's even here, and like it's cool that she's in the running. Like, I don't know. I was so ready for Hormona Lisa to go, and like they had all this tension with her, and now we like don't even hear from her. So I'm like, okay, some girls are just like sliding through, but of course we only have like an hour-long episode. We can't get everyone's backstory and drama in each episode. So I'm sure there's a lot that we're missing in the workroom, but I think she looks fine. What I love about Hormona, I will say, is that she gives us polished, like, I don't want to say it's generic, but it's just like, I don't want to say obvious. And it's like, I don't want to say average, but it's like, she gives like drag queen in the USA. Drag queen in the USA. She gives very drag queen. Like, she's just a drag queen, honey. You know, there's so many drag queens with like individuality and like such apparent style that that's them and that's who they are, like Gottmik, you know, I think Violet Chachki, I think Plastic Tiara, I think even, you know, like Alaska, like their style and their drag is so individualized to who they are as artists, where like there's some drag queens like Hormona Lisa who just give like drag queen, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think we forget too, as like Drag Race viewers, that like this is what drag is in the real world. Like this is what elevated really, really good drag looks like in the real world. And I don't think it's something to not be applauded. Like we should celebrate that, because hello, it's drag, bitch. Is it as like sickening and work and like pop star, elevated diva, celebrity that we come to expect from these girls? Not necessarily, but that's not a bad thing. Like it's like she's delivering good quality drag. Work, bitch. Is that why she's still here and we're not mad? Because she's been good. Like the sewing challenge was good. Last week was good. This outfit is fine. It gives very Golden Girls Easter egg to me, but it's not getting a golden boot. So let's just move on to the next look. We have Miss Arietti with the 69% tit and a 31% quit. Now Miss Arietti came out with like this half latex, half quilted like pattern fabric. Again, this is an example of someone who I think the designer took a fabric and quilted it themselves. And I don't know if it necessarily paid off for them, because the pattern fabric was already so busy that putting a quilt pattern on top of the pattern, is a lot, and a lot for the eyes to digest and understand what's happening. The look itself, I think we have to say, is sickening. It reminds me a lot of like Anitra style. That's like, you know, half bodysuit, half like train vibes, drag queen train, like performance outfit vibes. Like it was giving very sex kitten performance, I'm about to duck walk on top of your ass type vibes. But the hair, you guys, the hair is so cool. Like this like half-headed, like, oh, you know what it was giving? It was giving 9/11, bitch. Ooh, rest in peace. I'm so sorry if that's a sensitive topic, but it was giving like one twin of the towers. It was really cool and a nice homage. So I thought this hair was so sick, you guys. Remember how Gottmik on her All-Star season like had all those sickening hair moments? The wig makers in the world right now are really doing their job, bitch. They're really out here making structures, towers, and architectural art, bitch. I live. The hair was so cool. But yeah, the outfit I think is sickening. It's a fine outfit. It's not a boot, but is it quilted? I don't know. Do you think they're doing something to Arietti that like, okay, because I've had a friend of mine was like, hey, what's going on that Arietti's like, you know, not doing so well in the competition? It's like, I think she's like a fantastic queen, so individual, like I was saying before, like style, individual. We can tell that's Arietti, and like the bitch is really good at what she does. Where a lot of these fashion divas crash is like when it comes to talent, like talent challenges in acting and improv and having to speak, which is interesting because she's like really good at speaking in the confessional and in the workroom with other girls. But then when it comes to like performing, we miss it, right? I mean, I'm intrigued to see how this girl performs and what her lip sync performance is like. And if, you know, she gives what needs to be given, being such a sickening diva visually, you know? So I like Arietti. I don't think this is a boot at all. But she was in the bottom, right? I think she was on bottom 3 for this episode. I could be totally wrong. Girl, I don't remember. This was like 4 days ago that I saw this episode. You think I'm rewatching this shit? Girl, bye. Next, Lydia S Butthole. Now, Miss Lydia S Butthole, 69% tit and a 31% quit. Now, without her explanation, I don't know if I would have gotten this off the bat. I thought she was giving like Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, bitch. I was very like, what in the Dragula is happening over here? Actually, I think Lydia would be very interesting on Dragula. If she had like a little monster makeup face, prosthetic every now and again, like I think she could really slay Dragula, to be quite honest. But Miss Butthole, you know, I like Miss Butthole. Miss Butthole reminds me of a more like a goth version of Amethyst for my season. And like, because she knows how to sew and make her own outfits and style herself so well, like it's like a little more elevated, right? A little more like in tune with who she is, which is so like, I like Lydia. I have to say, like if I worked in a small town and Lydia was one of the local girls with me, I would be Lydia's best friend and we'd be making so much content together. We'd be doing group numbers together. We'd be doing group outfits together. Like Lydia's the kind of girl that I would really cling to because I love a bitch who's creative, can make her creations come to life by herself and deliver it on the runway. Even though I didn't really get this at first when she explained that she's the couch that the cats like, you know, because we've seen so many cat lady looks, like I'm kind of over the cat lady vibe, like, okay, we get it. And also I'm not a cat person, bitch. Like I love dogs, like woof, woof, bitch, give me a bone. Like I don't like pussy, bitch. I don't want pussy. So another cat lady look was like, ugh. So the fact that she was the couch, flipped it on its head a little bit, I was like, work. You know, cat lady also gives like white woman, right? Like a cat lady runway is so like, didn't Shea Coulee do a cat lady look once? Like, oh, wasn't that the runway was like knitting or cats or something? Anyways, I think Shea Coulee's was sickening. But whenever I think cat lady, I think of like an old, lonely white woman. Is that bad? I mean, hey, there's a lane for everybody, okay? Not for me. Golden Boot worthy? I don't know. It's definitely not the lowest quit of the week, so let's move on to the next girl. We have Lana Jarae with the 59% tit and a 41% quit. Now, Lana was getting so much hate this week, you guys. I don't know what it was, but I saw that y'all were just like picking on her, mad at her, and like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. So a lot of y'all didn't like this look on Twitter, whatever the case is, or even in person, everyone kind of quitted it at the club when we were watching it. But if you took the quilted aspect out of this and just like saw her on her red carpet or out at the club, we'd be like, oh damn bitch, you look sickening, like work. You know what I mean? She's so tall and lanky that like it gives supermodel fashion realness. The hair, we have to admit, was so gorgeous. I love this hair. This hair was really giving for me. Like I really love the hair, and I feel like maybe she had this wig and she made the outfit inspired by the wig is what it was giving. I think where we kind of got lost was like the white corset in the middle. You know what I mean? Like the little flaps of quilt were like cute, whatever, but then the white was just like, but then I looked closely at like photos she posted and was like, oh no, it's actually kind of sickening. And the white is quilted as well. Like the white bodice is really, really cool. I don't know. I like this look after I looked at it a third time. I will say that. At first I was like, quilted, I don't know. But then when I looked closer, I was like, this is kind of sickening. And I think the bitch looks gorgeous. So I don't know. Y'all were secret haters for this one. And again, y'all don't send hate to queens online. Like, why y'all want to hate? Y'all can have your opinions, but like to be like, kill yourself, you for no reason is like really fucked up, especially the POC queens. You guys need to leave the girls alone. It's already hard enough, baby. Jesus Christ. But send some love to Lana, because I know she's out here like fighting tooth and nail against these bitches. I even told her to, like, don't let these Twitter hoes, you know, get to you, because the Twitter is literally a shithole for people with shit opinions to express that, and that's okay, and that's allowed, and that's great, but it doesn't mean that. But, you know, it's kind of up to us as the queens to not let it affect us, because it's going to happen regardless. Even for me, like this hoe bag who wanted to say I was a forgotten queen, like, okay, that could really let that like bug me. And it's not easy, you guys, especially like when you're so excited to be on Drag Race, you're making these looks to get on the show, and then you're just like, oh, everyone hates me because I was like created something they could never create. Like, it's kind of weird, you know? So give the girls grace, send them some love. Go get, you know what really helps is just giving a bitch a follow. Go follow a girl. If you like them, if you say you like them, give them a follow. It's nothing to you. Maybe their content will come up. If you don't want to see their content, mute it. But like, if you like them, why are you muting them? Go give them a follow. A follow goes such a long way for these girls and their numbers so that they can get more money and brand deals later on. Like, that's how it works, you guys. It's all a numbers game at the end of the day. So go give the girl you like a follow. And if you're not following me, bitch, go to STitties at ESTITTIES and go follow me. If you're watching this, go follow me. Subscribe to this channel. Okay, moving on. We have Acacia Forgot with a 45% tit and a 55% quit. Now, Acacia is part of our bottom 3 this week of quits. Is this golden boot worthy? I don't think so. It's not like, here's the thing. She said she made it herself, which I'm like, props, because it looks really well made. I think the fit is fantastic. Her waist, the way that the skirt, where the skirt hits, the length of it is perfect to me. Like, I would love to wear dresses like this all the time, showing some thighs, some legs, honey, really hoochie. I think what really killed me with this look were the sleeves. Like, the sleeves were so ugly, but she said that she made this out of her grandmother's quilts. Here's the thing. When you have something very personal to you on the runway that you make an outfit for, and yeah, the story is great, but here's the thing. The judges never hear this backstory. Like, what we're saying when we're walking down the runway, like, this is a quilted outfit made by my mother's quilt. The judges never hear that. They don't know that unless they ask you afterwards during critiques, what is this outfit? What does it mean? You get to explain to them, oh yeah, you know, these are my mother's quilts. Then they get some context. But their first time seeing it, they're just looking at the fabric and the outfit that you're wearing, and you're like, they make a judgment and a critique off of that. They don't get backstory right off the bat. So it's hard when you make something so personal to you. It has to like scream fashion and like gorgeous on the runway without you having to explain it at the end of the day. And that's something that I learned when I was on my season. You know what I mean? Like, I had all these great concepts and ideas, and when you look at it, bitch, you're like, what the hell? And then I'm like, oh, well, this is this. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. So you know, a big lesson I learned from being on Drag Race and doing the runways and preparing for the season was like, edit down, like take, you know, they always say like take 2 things off before you leave the house. Like, reel back, edit down. I think simple is better, and as long as the fit is sickening, like this, her fit is sickening, like the silhouette is gorgeous on her body. It's just the outfit itself was not amazing, right? I will say this bitch's hair tonight, this wig, I always say like I'm always confused by her wigs. Like, is it Dolly Parton? Is it 80s punk? This wig was gorgeous, and I've been crocheting, you guys. I've been learning how to crochet. Okay, can I show you something? Hold on one second. On Christmas, my best friend's husband has been crocheting, is gonna start a crochet business of selling like his amigurumis. So he gave me a wobble kit, and I learned how to crochet on Christmas, and I've been crocheting every single night. And what I'm doing for Valentine's Day is I'm making these little hearts, but they're titties. They're like little titty hearts. They're little tits, but they're little hearts. And this one has eyes, as it is so cute. So I'm making these little heart titties that you can buy at my viewing party the week before Valentine's Day. What is that, February 10th, 9, 8, 7, 6, whatever Friday that is. I'll be selling these at my viewing party at Kiso Bar in downtown Los Angeles. You can come through, see me perform live at the end of the show. I give all my critiques and little things live there, and I'll be selling little Valentine heart crochets. Like, isn't it so cute? I've been crocheting. So when I saw Acacia Forgot's little doilies, I was like, ah! You know, it's so funny too, because like Maddie Morphosis was the crochet queen. Like all her looks were crocheted, and I always thought, oh, that shit is so ugly. Which, yes, it's ugly. Golden boot, bitch. Sister, hey girl. But you know, I've been crocheting, making amigurumi shit like this, being creative, and like, it's like another form of like creation and creating, and it's like a little hobby that I'm actually making cute stuff with, and it's a skill that, you know, because I would love to, like, I don't know if I'll make it, but if I ever had a crochet outfit, I would want like a crochet dress with like paisley pattern crochet throughout it. That'd be so sickening, bitch. So that's kind of like where I'm headed with this crochet journey that I'm on. Back to Acacia Forgot, the doilies, the sleeves, the outfit in the middle. It looked like a baby bib in the front. It was just a lot of ideas mixed into one. If the whole outfit was doilies, that would have been sickening. I don't know if that was quilted though. So it's giving... Girl, we don't know what this category. It's hard. It's hard. Anyways, let's move on because I don't think this is golden boot worthy. Let's move on to the next look. We have Korri King with a 34% tit and a 66% quit. Now, this outfit was interesting, but what really killed this look for me was the breastplate and the lack of like hair. I think she had like a slick back with a little thing on the top of her head, or it was like a ponytail or something that she like unraveled during the lip sync. I don't know what, but again, when you have such big broad shoulders, like I have really big broad shoulders too, and I'm a big girl, like in stature. So when I wear like ponytails, or when I wear like when I wear like finger wave wigs, like my talent show wig was a little too, like it made my head look so small on top of my body, and that's what small wigs do when you have a bigger frame. Little girls can get away with it, bitch. Like women, gorgeous trans women with a body can get away with that snatcheruna, right? But when you got a dude body, honey, it's hard to make smaller wigs look good on top of your big shoulders. So the proportions of it all is what really killed me here. The breastplate I thought was like, just so ugly. I love breastplates, obviously, because my name's EsTitties. Like I have a breastplate, but I don't wear it often. It's so uncomfortable. And like, unless you're hiding the illusion so well, like I don't care for a breastplate. And these days they have these like cheap sleeved Amazon breastplates that everyone wears, and you can see the neck being all wrinkled. Like I hate when when the illusion of like the cleavage is messed up by like a wrinkled sleeve or a neck part. It just takes me out of the fantasy, and I'm like, you're so, it's just not cute to me. Mistress hides her breastplate really well. That cleavage matches her skin perfectly. It's the right proportion for her body. I wore a breastplate that was too small for my body during my reveal look, and everyone let me know like the titties were too small, my shoulders were too broad. In this case with Korri King, the titties just seemed so big and the color was just so off that I was like, ugh. I was so happy that Michelle clocked her like the back of the breastplate necklace, like that we could see that. Again, if she had big hair that covered that, we would have killed two birds with one stone. Bigger hair, better proportions, and you hide the little snapback in the back. So it made me happy that Michelle clocked it, and because we shouldn't let girls get away with it. We let girls get away with so much all the time with these breastplates, and it's like, it's not effective if the breastplate is not completely concealed. You know what I mean? So this look, she tried to blame it on Plain Jane and Atlas, that the making of it was bad, but that's like me going on the show and being like, oh well, you know, I mean, I actually, you know, it's like, at the end of the day, you're choosing to wear it, and I learned that too, because I try to justify some of my looks. Well, you know, the designer didn't do this, but honey, you still went on the runway and wore it regardless. So it's on you at the end of the day, baby, because you decided to go out in it. Blaming other people just doesn't, like, also I'm learning too as a Ru girl, is like, people don't care. People don't care about an explanation. They don't want you to justify anything. They just want you to be pretty, professional, sassy, and shut up. So Girls, if you're listening, if you're watching, some advice I have for you is to just lean into whatever is happening. I wish that's what someone would have told me. If I just leaned into me having bad looks, if I leaned into me having to lip sync every week, if I leaned into the role, I would have gotten so much further than trying to fight and resist it every week and trying to justify and crying about it. Like, no one wants to hear you cry, bitch. I forget too that sometimes we are exuding the lifestyle of glamour and celebrity, even though we don't realize that's what we're signing up for. That's kind of like our job as entertainers. And even drag queens. Like, drag queens are supposed to be these models of glamour and illusion and like fantasy of which we wish to strive for. And I think we forget that sometimes because we put so much pressure on the girls. And then as the artist itself, my art is so personal to me, and it's like I get very sensitive about my shit that I forget, like, oh no, girl, we're supposed to be exuding glamour and this like air of celebrity. So sometimes being like too real or trying to be like a real girls, like I like to be can work against you sometimes depending on the situation. But I don't know how I got to talking about this, but that makes sense. Anyways, Korri, this outfit was just like a no, honey. And like, I didn't know if this was like African print like fabric, so in that case I didn't want to like say too much either, because I'm like, well, if this is culture, I don't want to like, bog down points for culture. I didn't want to be like racist or anything, so I don't know. It was the outfit itself is like a fine drag queen outfit. Like, she could probably wear this at a club and we'd be like, okay, work, here's $1, move on. But it was not Crystal Envy, it's not Sam Star, it was not Elevated Realness. And they were like making fun of the little train dead body in the back. That was funny. I was like, what is that, girl? So we can all agree that this is a boot, but is it golden boot? I don't think so. It's not golden boot worthy. I definitely could see this being like, at the end of the season when they have the 3 contenders for the worst looks. Like, for me, it was Jax, Marsha, and then me. This could be one of the bad ones that they have in the running, but I don't think it's the golden boot winner. With that said, let's move on to my girl, Miss Joella Dynasty, the Slasian diva, opulent, known for her looks, LA local icon, bitch. Oh my God! Here's the crazy part. She had a 22% tit. She only had 78% quit, you guys. Not even like 100%. Like, not everyone quitted this because it's low-key iconic. It's iconic. Oh my God, the way that like we all can giggle looking at this, it's giving very much my street lamp look, right? Like, what the f is she wearing? But I can't stop looking at it, and I want to keep looking at it. I want to screenshot it. I want to turn it on. I want to lay in it. I want to use it as a cum rag, bitch. Like, literally, Joella's look was so fun. Why the hell she had RuPaul's face airbrushed on the back was a question for the ages, bitch. I want to ask her. I'm really curious to know, like, why she, like, I understand having RuPaul on the back if you're, like, trying to get brownie points. Like, look, Mama Ru, it's you. But it was just like, so I have some tea. I heard and I know the designer who created this, and apparently the tea is Joella was handed this look as she was leaving to get in the car to go to Drag Race. Apparently it was not ready. She never got to do a fitting. And I will say, like, I don't want to bash the designer by any means, but I worked with this designer and I had the same experience with me happen. It was just like, you guys, we pay a lot of money up front for a lot of looks, and these designers sometimes just don't follow through with the execution or time restraints that we need them in. Like, it's really, really hard to get looks put together and then to rely on other people to get them to you on time and make them well done and executed in a way that you would hope. And we're spending so much money, you guys. We're spending thousands of dollars for these people to give us stuff that we don't know if it's gonna look good because we don't get to do a fitting because they're not on top of their shit, and they have other girls that they're also making outfits for All Stars and for tours, and like they have other clients. So it's really hard, you guys. I don't know what the concept was here with Joella though, like quilted face in the mattress. I get that. RuPaul in the back? I don't get that. Like, it just didn't make any sense. I wish we had more context, but I will say, I got a cameo from Joella because a fan of mine, Miss Sammy in Australia, got a cameo for me from Joella to put onto this channel. So let's see what Joella has to say.
Oh my God, hi, Salina EsTitties, my LA Golden Boot sister. Oh my God, who knew that we would be connected by the tits so fucking much? I just want to say hi. I love you, sister. tit or quit. What I want to say is that the number one tit of the season for me on the runway is Arietti, and the number one quit on the runway for me this season is Korri King. Okay? I think, is that gaggy enough? I love you, girl, and I miss you, Salina, and I hope I get to see you soon. The Joella, from RuPaul's Drag Race, season 17, this is the Joella Dynasty, and please don't forget about Ella, and please fix your mug.
Ah, she called me her golden boot sister. Well, honey, I definitely believe that you will be the recipient of the golden boot this year. Golden boot recipient, the LA sister. Isn't it so funny? Because my street lamp look and a lot of my looks that y'all didn't like were campy and fun. Joella's look is campy and fun. You guys, I made a look that looked like this once where I wanted to be like a hand. I had a show called Loteria. And every week I would make a look based off one of the cards from Loteria. And there's a card in Loteria called La Mano. And I made a look that was a giant hand with my face cut out in the giant hand. And it was giving very much Joella's quilted runway. And you know, it looked crazy. I can look back and be like, that was a miss, but like at least I was being artistic, creative, and I tried to do something that I never done before. And guess what? Like all the looks that I made for that show is what I used for my audition tape for Drag Race season 15. And it got me on the show. So like they knew what they were signing up for when they got me there, bitch. I just didn't realize that it was bad. So like golden boot goes to me, period. I get it and I see that now, you know, and I had to go through that experience to see that a lot of my looks, as campy and fun as they were, are not like fashion runway worthy. And like, guess what? I was never trying to be a fashion runway queen. I was trying to be entertaining, and I'm a drag queen. Like, I'm creative. And like club kids, if you look back, baby, club kids are crazy. Like their looks are crazy. So I don't think it's something to be disgusted by. I don't think it's something to really like crucify people for too much, as you guys like to do that. I think drag at the end of the day is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be the illusion and creativity of art, you know, personified. And like this look is gonna go down in history books for being one of the worst looks, but you guys have to admit it was so much fun to laugh about. Every time I see that little face pop up anywhere, if she doesn't make Willem Glory Hole stickers out of this little face thing, bitch, she's not doing her job. Like she needs to monopolize on this quilted. She needs to sell quilts with holes in them, like very Mormon tees, bitch, like Handmaid's Tale realness. Like if I was smart, I would have made little street lamp like lighters or like lamp flashlights or something. Like monopolize. People want to participate in the joke with you, even though you're the butt of the joke, baby. Everyone loves a butt, okay? We got a lot of tops in this, well, we got a lot of bottoms, but thank you guys so much for joining me on this week's episode of Tit or Quit, the road to the golden boot. We'll do golden chancla. I forgot to ask you guys. I keep forgetting. I have a lot of plates spinning right now, so doing this and asking for the lip sync portion, I freaking forgot. So I'm gonna have to pair it up with Lexi and Jewel Sparkle's lip sync as well. I'll have a whole episode for golden chancla at the end of this, so we'll get to it then, and I'll ask you guys what you guys think for the golden chancla. In the meantime, go to my shop at stitties.com/shop to buy yourself your very own golden chancla. Golden chancla. Yes, I see you guys have been buying it. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, for supporting these titties. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining me here. You know, I have a really big surprise for you coming out this weekend. So stay tuned and you'll see some more of the titties on your screen very soon. Okay, I love you guys, and until next time, keep it cute, keep it tight, and keep those titties perky, bitch. Joella Dynasty, you will live on forever in our hearts and our memories, bitch. Rest in peace. I can't wait to see you at the golden boot ceremony, unless someone has an even worse look than you. Can that be topped? I mean, can that be bottomed? I don't know. We're just gonna have to stick around to find out. Until next time, you guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and this video. I love you very mucho, and I'll see you guys later.
Did a tit or quit the road to the golden boot?